Hey guys, happy Labor Day Monday. This is Gina coming at you from Shine. And I wanted to reach out today because a lot of my clients love biking, but they also suffer from knee pain. And so if they go out biking one day, they might have to take a few days off because of their knee pain. And so I wanted to just put a couple of tips out there. Now, I've been biking my whole life, but super consistently for the last 15 years, and I was even on a road bike racing team. And I've done a lot of competitive cycling, but I have some strategies that everybody can use to be able to ride more often with less pain, especially if you have knee pain. So the first tip is not to mash the pedals. Like, some people just want to, mash all the pedals, and it makes them feel like they're getting a better workout. But if you ever watch the guys like in the Tour de France or any of those races, you'll see that they have a very fast cadence, a very fast leg turnover, right? They're spinning more. And that helps them stay more aerobic instead of anaerobic. And it can help prevent knee pain as they're cycling. So how can you do that? If your bike has a front derailleur and 2 chain rings in the front, you'll want to be in the smallest one in front, and then in back you'll want to be in the biggest chain ring. So am I saying that right? Yes. And so that is a way that you can increase your cadence, right? That's your leg turnover, or your RPMs, your revolutions per minute. And you want to be in the 80 to 90 range, again, for cycling longevity. So if you don't have a cadence sensor on your bike, how do you do that? Well, you can use your hand, and every time your right knee taps your hand, you do that for 30 seconds, and you want to get up into that 40 to 45 range, and then you'll know that you're at a good spinning cadence and not mashing the pedals. So that's tip number 1, increasing your cadence or your spin. And then tip number 2, if you have knee pain while you're cycling, is to change where you place the load on your foot on the pedal. So if you have knee pain, you can just play around with that. And a couple of drills that you can use are to try and figure out how to arrange, you can see. But if you put the ball of your foot on the pedal, especially when you come up over the top of your pedal stroke, that'll engage your glutes as you come up over the top of that, and it'll help, so your glutes will help keep you stronger and more upright to resist gravity as we age. But it'll also help keep everything down the kinetic chain lined up better. And so how engaging your glutes by load bearing the ball of your foot helps, is it helps keep, especially the vastus lateralis here, it helps keep that centered so that it's not pulling on your patellar tendon, right? Because if this gets out of whack, it can pull your patella or your patellar tendon laterally in its groove, causing all kinds of inflammation in there. So if you if you remember to change your foot position a little bit, if you ride flats or even if you have cleats, change that position sometimes and find what works for you. Again, the ball of your foot on the pedal will create just the right angle for you to give a little slack in your knee joint. Another drill that you can do, this is tip number 3, by the way, is back and forth. So instead of thinking about your whole pedal stroke like this, think of it as going back and forth. So you've got a back and forth drill that you can work with to change things up too. And then also, if you ride more from your core, you can get your hands a little bit more free and move those around. So those are just a couple of drills that you can work on. And then the tip number 4 that I have is, if you have a heart rate monitor, you can use your heart rate monitor not to go out hard, but to make sure that you're not going out too hard. Because another thing that I see a lot is that people go out so hard one day, And then they can't go out for a few more days, or they get burned out because, oh, it's tired, oh, I'm tired, I don't like working that hard, or whatever. But if you can use a heart rate monitor to keep your heart rate lower, then you'll have enough energy to go out again the next day. So Phil Maffetone, Dr. Maffetone, has a great formula, and that is 180 minus your age gives you the maximum beats per minute that you can use to do most of your workouts, and especially as you're building a nice solid base. And at that same time, you won't burn up all of the gas in your tank, so to speak. You'll have plenty left so that you can be kind to your family, not get hypoglycemic, and not be too sore to go out the next day. All right, so there you have it. Not mashing the pedals, but keeping a good spin going at 80 to 90 RPMs. Changing the load position on your foot with some different drills, like loading the ball of your foot and doing the back and forth, and also riding from your core, and then going easy on the bike with a lower heart rate at 180 minus your age, for example, especially as you're building a base so that you can have fuel in your tank for the rest of the day and feel good to go out again tomorrow. All right, have a great Labor Day. Bye.